Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the Lunar Geeks Out channel. Lighting might be a bit weird in this. I'm filming later in the day than I meant to. I was busy doing nothing. I'm sure y'all understand that. So, to let what little light there is remaining in, I've opened up the blinds that are right in front of me. So, yeah, the light might just be weird today. So, if it's just really messed up, I do apologize. Anyways, this is a day later than I had wanted to get to it. Yesterday, unfortunately, I had a lot of reading I had to do for school. Actually, very good reading. It was a book on the Civil Rights Movement, a very dark book, At the Dark End of the Street, I think it's called. High recommendation, though. One of the best history books I've ever read, and caused me to learn a lot about not only a period of history that I didn't know too much about, but a field of that period of history that I did not know existed. So, yeah, very good book. But anyways, with the, perhaps unusual recommendation aside, I don't normally go and do that in these videos, I don't think, at least. I was, unable to film yesterday because I had to get that done because there was a test, or, yeah, a quiz? A quiz, I think, on it today. It was one of those, so I don't know what the actual term would be. But yeah, I am a day late to this, unfortunately, but I am very excited to be getting to it. We are checking out BRIDEAR's track Determination, a, old one at this point, released back in May. Dang, that is quite a while back. Yeah, BRIDEAR are by no means my favorite Japanese group out there, but they have just such a solid sound. It's just some good music. So I'm very happy to be checking this one out. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, there we go. Alright, some good guitar going off. A bit more of a, is this more power or heavy metal? Good bass in the background, and, drums are really nice. That's a really nice, guitar riff there. Pretty good guitar there. I was about to say that I don't think this will show for y'all, but like, no, I'm not like playing the audio out here. It's recorded from the computer, so yeah, y'all getting it. The shifting back and forth between the ears, very cool, very cool. Love when a song does that. Oh, it shifted to color. I just didn't even comprehend that for a moment. Great chorus in this one. That is so good. Having a full-on breakdown. Nice, nice. Great, symbol right there. Word wasn't in my mind. Okay, more guitar come back in. I was going to work that and it's gone, but that's nice. I might have just completely covered my face up, so I'm sorry if I did that. This is such a good chorus. Great little, I guess drum lick right there. I think that's the term. I still don't know all the musical terminology. I'm constantly learning. That's nice right there. That's almost got a classic rock kind of feel. Like, I could not say why Fluffy, but for some reason that was reminding me of Hotel California. I don't know why, but that was what that brought to my mind. It's a very good solo. Wish it was a little longer, but it was good. Quick little pause there was nice. Oh, this, I'm gonna keep saying this is such a good chorus. It's more, slightly more complex guitar coming in, nice. Still hearing that bass, which is great. To be hearing some bass again. They've consistently had some solid bass in their music. So, yeah, very glad that I'm still hearing that. Great drums again right there at the end, which I'm happy about, being a very big drum enthusiast. I really need to learn the drums one of these days. But anyway, I think my headphones just pulled a hair out. That hurt. Alright, I need to just take a moment. Thank you for derailing me, headphones. What was I saying? Yeah, their last track I checked out, Greed, was like kinda mid, honestly. Like, it's a solid track. I've listened to it again a few times. Solid track. But it wasn't really anything. It didn't do much for me, you know? So this, to get into something that, you know, still perhaps is nothing too crazy or whatever, is again, much like with Green and much like with the first track I just checked from Ignite, is really just some solid metal. To hear something that it does resonate with me much more, that I do enjoy much more, is great. But, lyrical analysis time. I wish I had better segues for this stuff, but I don't. I am getting these lyrics from myjpop.jspinion.net. There's, like, a whole stanza? I don't know how you pronounce that, here, that I have no memory of hearing. So, you know, I can't say how accurate these are, but I did notice a lot of it. So the central theme of this is actually really expressed in the title of the song. It is determination, this determination to continue going forth, to continue fighting back against, you know, whatever is going against you, to stand up to your adversaries and your problems, to resist them, and to push through them and past them, and to survive. There are two lines in here, towards the beginning, at least, of these lyrics, that I really like, that I want to point out. The first line we have here, which is one of the ones I have no memory of hearing, so I don't know if this is in the song or not. It probably is, and I was just zoned out and didn't hear it. But, it's a whole mess, my mind and this site. But, no, the line, this story is an important one I want to tell. And I'm looking at it two ways. One, sort of this story of pushing back against this stuff, putting importance on that. Very good. That is very much an important thing to convey to people, to continue to push back against what is against you, to push back against your struggles and everything like that. But beyond that, it just kind of reminded me of Welcome to My Story by Wisdom. Really good power metal band, if y'all haven't heard of them. I think they're disbanded at this point, sadly. But when I was getting into metal, their stuff brought me so much joy, and it's still some solid stuff. So if you're looking for some good power metal, go and check Wisdom out. I think it's their final album, Rise of the Wise. Oh, masterpiece. No, it reminded me of that idea of, like, your own story being important is just something that I thought was just quite nice. And then going down. The enemy looked at me with mocking eyes and said to me, "Why don't you just get the hell out of this place?" And then as a response to that, because I believe in victory, I can't give up, I'm the only one who can change my life. That whole thing, that, like, oh, why don't you just give up? Why don't you just quit? Oh, it ain't doing you no good, so why don't you just stop and take the easy path? I don't know why my voice went so deep there. That was actually kind of weird. But that idea of, hearing that from everything, and then I believe in victory. I'm going to do this. I can't give up, as is directly said there. I'm going to go and win this. I'm going to be victorious. I'm going to survive. All that stuff. Again, it just really stood out to me, and I know there's a lot of stuff I could talk about in here, I'm sure, but there's the two lines that really stood out to me. Just that meaning of the song is great, because that's something that I kind of needed to hear. It's been a rough patch lately, not for any particular reason, actually. I'm sure y'all get it. Sometimes you'll just hit a point in life where it's not that great. And that is very much what I have had as of late. It's just one of those points where it's a little harder and everything. So a song is a reminder to keep going and everything, to survive, all that. Is quite nice. Definitely something I needed. So I'm glad that is the lyrical content in this one, because, it came along at basically the perfect point. I'm sure there's a segue, but I don't got one. We're talking about the music now. So right off the bat, vocals, I don't know her name, but the vocals were solid in this one. They don't really do too much for me. Just her voice is not for any particular reason. It's just one of those instances where someone just has a voice that I don't like all that much. They were particularly strong in this track, though. Brave New World, still the best vocal performance I've heard from BRIDEAR. This definitely second place, though. This was a very good vocal performance, especially in the chorus. But yeah, well, her voice, like I said, doesn't do too much for me. It was just excellent in this track. I can't really say too much about it, because I don't know what it is that makes me not like her voice all that much. And I can't really think of what it is that made it so good in this one. But great vocals in this track. So, I liked them. The guitar was fantastic. I guess the main riff, I don't know if riff or guitar line would be more appropriate to describe it as, but the main whatever it was quite nice. The solo was fantastic. I loved the sort of classic rock vibes it gave me, and then just the guitar through the rest of it was really good. There weren't many moments that stood out to me, but the whole thing, I was like, oh yeah, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. I liked the tone, I liked the playing, I liked the writing. All of it was just very good. The bass was great. I never noticed it doing anything too crazy again. It was some solid backing bass, but it had such a good sound and such a good feel. And I'm really just excited because I'm hearing and feeling bass again. It's been so long. So I am so glad to be back with actually experiencing it, because it's one of my favorite instruments, and that was just great. The drums were fantastic in this. I would say very much the highlight of the track for me, especially in that sort of pseudo breakdown with the cymbal. Oh, that was good. I could feel that to my core, that was phenomenal. But the drums throughout the rest of it were very good. They had a couple moments where he's a little quicker. I guess they did, I don't know what I just did with my hands. I guess a quick little drum lick or whatever. That was quite nice. The main beat was solid. It was just some very, very good drums, good sound, good feel, excellent playing. So all in all, this was just a solid sort of heavy power-ish metal track. I don't know which it would actually be more of. I was earlier today just briefly glancing through an interview with one of the members, and they said there was a lot of new wave of British heavy metal influence in here, specifically Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. I didn't notice influences from them in this track. The interviewers about the album as a whole. But I did very much notice that new wave of British heavy metal influence, but there was a lot of power metal in there as well. So I just don't know which one I would actually classify it as. it's elements of both, both of those are some solid genres. I these days prefer heavy metal to power metal, but they're both great genres, so just love the elements of those. Again, the slight classic rock element was fantastic. So just a really good song. It didn't really have much that I think is going to make it stand out in my mind as a particularly interesting or even particularly important track to me, but this was one that was just really good. And it's something I've said a lot before is, I love all the stuff that is, crazy. It gets the wild reaction out of me. You think Lorna Shore, Galnerius, Baby Metal, Sleep Token, stuff like that, the bands that I'll always have a wild reaction to. As much as I love that stuff, the really complicated, the really intriguing stuff, the stuff like this, or I guess the last track reacted to as well, the one from Hossa and Loco, where it's not as intense, not as insane or crazy or whatever. It's not as out there. It's just some simple, solid music is very important, because that's the stuff that really not only makes the other stuff seem all that much more interesting, but it makes music such a joy to listen to when you do have something. You just sort of shut your mind off and just have fun listening to it. So yeah, very, very good song. But y'all know the drill. It is time to check out what the next reaction is going to be. We're down to 18. We are slowly going down. I think, I know maybe tomorrow, actually, there's going to be a new Blackpink song, Get Out of Here advertisement. Actually, I think the album is releasing, so that'll be going there, but hopefully we won't have too many more releases for a while, so I can chip away at this stuff. But let's give it a spin and see what we get. It is not slowing down. It is... Ooh, I'm happy about this one, EC2. That is Electric Callboy's second track they put out that I need to check out. It is Huracan, I think it's called, which, by my understanding from the lyrics, is about falling in love with a zombie. So they're classic amount of just ridiculousness. So very excited about that. They are just such a fun band. Always have a blast checking their stuff out. So that is very nice. So that is going to do it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your own thoughts on the track, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to. In the description, link to the music videos, so you can go check it out, support the artist. Link to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, usually just the ones up on Spotify, and my link tree, which has all my other stuff in it, in case any of that interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, this is going to do it. So once again, thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.